Hello, everyone. It's June. Think of that. Guess what that means? That means that we get to look at yet another essential. So, let's see. What essential? Anyone have a favorite essential that we've studied so far? Is there a favorite one that you go back to again and again? Erlyn.
Empty and full.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. If my Tai Chi isn't feeling right, they say look to your feet. It is look to your feet, but it's also look to empty and full. Oftentimes, yes. Anyone else have a favorite?
Synchronize upper and lower.
True, but we haven't gotten there yet. So true. If you're separating empty and full and you're synchronizing upper and lower, like your agility can just work, right? And all your power and energy work really well. So we'll get there with that. So some of these are body shape, and you'll recall that, right? We started out with the with our head up and our body suspended, right? That was our first body shape. It gave us this line, right? And then we had round the back and bring in the chest, right? We had that, and we felt this wonderful connection between our back. So we kind of had this one, and we kind of had this one, right? So we had these two basic dimensions. And then we added these two others. We relaxed the waist, and that can mean so much. And we'll get into more and more and more of that, because that is not only just how you tip your waist, but that's how you keep all this area relaxed and able to really command the body and move your energy as you're working. And then separate empty and full, which is a really good one. I want to get back to the body shape and the one, and that works with what we're doing now. We're going to do a real simple one, but it's one that almost all of us have issues with, right? And it is sink the shoulders and drop the elbows. Right? So we go like this, right? There we are, like this, right? Like this, right? Right? This happens to a lot of us. Some days it just happens because we're nervous, right? Oh, look at those shoulders go up there. No, long necks. Long neck, right? That's the best thing you do. And those elbows, like, when the shoulders go up or the elbows go up, the shoulders go up often, right? So long necks, relax those shoulders, keep that rounded body shape, right? And let the elbows, remember you are connected here all the way out to your fingertips, but you're not doing this. Your elbows droop. Now, for a little extra power, you may or may not have heard a physical therapist tell you to put your shoulders in your pocket. Anybody ever heard that? Yeah. So we just all run around with our, like this, like this, like this. Watch what happens to my elbows when I put my shoulders in my pocket. Do you see that little change? I bet you don't even see what I'm doing. But right back here, there's a muscle, and it can pull my shoulder blade down. It takes a long time to even find that little muscle. Most of us don't use it. But it's amazingly grounding. If you have done that, like, I find that if I'm in any position, like if I were going to play judo, right, and I didn't want someone to uproot me, putting my shoulder in my pocket, just that little change somehow aligns everything even more in my torso. and it does drop the elbow. So it's another thing that you can do. If you're taking physical therapy, you can ask a physical therapist, show you where it is, show about, how to do that. It will bring you even closer to your perfect Tai Chi position. It is the simplest thing we can do, though. Absolute simplest things. All the things we've already done. And remember how at the very first one we said, rise up your head and suspend the body. One way you can do that is a long neck and feeling like you're hanging, like from your shoulders just hang. Oh, that looks lovely. So why don't we do what we know? We're going to start where we did last time, but you're going to hear it this time because we're sharing computer sound. I forgot to do that last time. And as you're practicing, as you're warming up, as you're practicing what we know, would you just do that? Head up, good body shape, but mainly head up, body suspended. And to do that, think of having just a very long neck. Your shoulders usually go down when that happens. So we're going to start at single whip, and you want to be probably not. You want to be. We're going to go at single whip into cloud hands. So however you want to work your space to make that work, we'll do that. So get yourselves into single whip.
Cloud hands. 1, 2, 3, single whip. Snake creeps down. Golden rooster stands on one leg. 1, 2, step back and repulse the monkey. 1, 2, 3, diagonal flying. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left knee brush and push. Needle at sea bottom. Fan through the back. Turn body, and white snake spits out its tongue. Step up, parry, block, and punch. Step up and grasp the bird's tail. Ward off, right. Roll back. Press. Push. single whip, cloud hands, 1, 2, 3, single whip, high pat on horse, thrust out palm, turn body and cross kick, step up and punch to the groin, step up and grasp the bird's tail, ward off, right, roll back, press, push, single whip, snake creeps down, step up to 7 stars, step back to ride the tiger,
No fair going on. All right. How was that, everybody? Erlyn.
Yeah, I was losing balance a little bit in some areas. It's the first run through of the day. So, kind of, and then I have this thing where I forget I'm supposed to be a toe touch or a heel touch or, it's like,
I do that too. And yeah, I will just say again what I've said before. It's a sign that you have lots of moves you could do from that position. It's a sign that you can mix and match them. And it's aggravating. I was already to do another snake creeps down prematurely. I had a premature snake creeps down when I was supposed to do high pat. It happens because we're building a toolkit. We're building a toolkit that when we started, you didn't have body shape. You didn't know that this was like a ward off arm, right? And this was like a ward off arm. You didn't have any of that in your body or in your head. And now it's like, oh, these our Tai Chi positions always have these elements. And we've been mixing and matching them a lot. So when you find, I'm just a very optimistic person. And when I find that I am making a mistake like that, you got to look at the other side. You couldn't have made that mistake before. Yeah, it's a mistake, but you should celebrate that it's a mistake you can make, right? Because from that position, you have choice. And this is a martial art. You want a bunch of choices because you never know which one you're going to need. I'm not going to need that, I hope. but and I hope you don't either. But at its essence, that's what we're doing. The form is training your body to make those not mistakes, but those innovations by combining the things that it's done before in new ways. So congratulations, Berlin, on that mistake. It's good. And everyone who has done that. So besides last week's move, which we'll go through again, what's bugging you about that section? Any move in particular? Yeah, Michael.
On when we turn to chop fists, I think I'm having a problem with my weight distribution. It should be like 30 and then 70. I'm not getting like, I'm not coordinating. the
Got
weight
it.
dis- you know what I'm
Let's yeah, we can do turn body, but let's do turn body instead of chop with fist, we'll do white snake spits out its tongue, since that's what we just did. But yeah, let's go through the weight shifts there and see what happens. So let's see, where is that coming from?
Punch it down.
Oh, that'll work. Yes, that'll work. So we can do it from punch down. That's right. We can do it from punch down. So I'm actually going to do it in this direction because I think it'll be easier for folks, right? So we come up, we come back, and we turn. And then shift our weight back. Now, right here, all of my weight is back. I've just rooted. But when I put 30%, and I'm the distance of a bow step, but when I put 30%, if I were really doing it, my arm would fly out. You get that? It's like my weight is back, but I've just done this. I put 30% and it would kind of fly out. You get that? It would kind of fly out. It's flying out into somebody's face, right? So my weight is 70% back here. Then I heel, ball, toe, bend knee. And then I am and strike, bend knee strike, and turn my upper body. Then I'm in a regular bow step, forward bow step.
Yeah, I see it. I wasn't planting my right foot as I turned. I was trying to chop and move at the same time, but it's plant, chop, forward.
Yeah, it's right. I mean, it's a split second before.
Right.
It's root and then do it.
Right.
Yeah, you
That's what
always have to root, right? You always have to root first. You gotta have that. You gotta have 2 points on the ground
Thank you.
in order to get that done. Let's just run through that again. We were doing it from here, so let's just do it from here. So we're gonna come up and turn, and back, releasing that right foot. Then right arm up, left arm back to the shoulder, root. And it's right about here at this point, but then you time it so that 30% comes on. Then turn your upper body and bend knee and shift your weight forward. So you're now 60-40. Yes. Berlin.
Can you just do it forward to verify the tilt or uprightness of the mace arm.
Well, we'll see. Let's see, where were we? We were punched down, right? So we were doing this.
Okay.
It is like this. It is not like this.
Okay.
This is like parry, block, and punch, where you're connecting here. This is where I'm scaring you, right?
So it's really all about the bopping, not there's no ward offy kind of, it's just like all
No,
about that. Okay.
what you're doing is you're getting your opponent to flinch so you can hit him.
Okay, thank you.
Right? So that's what it's all about. Yeah, it's not meant to be like a strike, right? Your strike is coming. It's just not there yet. All right, well, let's go into what we did last week. So let's actually practice that a little bit and then answer questions and look at it. And I have more to say about something we talked about last week. I want to remember that. So we're at Snake Creeps Down. So let's just go there. You don't have to do a full Snake Creeps Down, but just so we remember, step up to 7 stars. So it starts, remember, it starts just like Golden Rooster. And then we make a fist as we start to come forward and swing through, punching with our right hand and blocking with both arms. Let's look at the footwork. So at some point you're here and you come through and you look like you're in single whip. Your left foot goes out, your right arm goes out. And then as you move your whole body towards that fist and you bring your right arm in. If you can, at this point, you should still be a little turned. It's hard to do that. So let me show you. I am turned towards the right corner. Here. When I turn out, I'm trying to still keep that turn. I'm coming in. I try to keep that turn. Then I power this arm with this turn. And then I 30%, and the 30% is coming as it's finishing, and so is the block as I move forward. So we talked about the upper body turning, and there is no turn to the left. Okay, just to be clear, there is only, we're on the right, we're turned out to the right. And then you can't help but have your body turn a little bit when you do this, right? And you're coming forward. You're coming forward. And I'll show you in a minute how this left arm is bending a little as I come closer to it. And it keeps bending. It's not so much that you're punching at all with your left arm. You're punching with your right arm. And it's coming from this turn to square. Your left arm is continuing to bend. So let's see if I can maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to show it any other way. So we come down here, here. See, I'm not giving up my turn. Here. Oh, I know, I wanted to show you how the left arm is bent. You see how the left arm is staying in space. It's bending. And then as I turn into it, it bends some more. So look how far it's bent at this point. That's real. So the trajectory of the left arm, maybe it's best to show it this way. So here, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see it that way. So it's out here. I come toward, it's out here. I come towards it. And then I come towards it some more. And it just, and also it continues its bend. It's been bending as I've been coming towards it. My arm's been bending as I come towards it. So it's not so much that it's punching or anything, right? You don't have to give it power. All you have to do is keep bending your arm and it will come across your body. So the power is, I mean, the energy is really in your right arm here. And then your energy is also because you've put this 30% and you've got this block, right? And that's giving you stability to resist someone who's coming towards you. Is this making sense to folks? Erlyn.
Yeah, it's like the left hand is just simply like recoiling, you know, it's drawing back. It's not like pulling or hitting, or it's just recoiling.
It's letting you come towards it.
Yeah.
It's staying in space mostly. It's staying in space mostly, right? So I come towards it. And then at the very end, I come towards it again. You know, when I come like this, I come towards it again. And they join together. They join together here. Here.
It looks
you don't want to
simple,
be here. You don't want to be here. You want to be here. You want to be pretty close because you don't want someone to get through that hole, but you don't want to be crossed here at the wrists. You still want to be crossed behind the wrists, but not at the forearms. This is not like a double ward off, right? It's not that, right? It's a little closer. And you should be able to look at your fist eyes.
Right.
They're staring at you. There you go. That looks good. Just don't end up like this. And you know, it's like it's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing. And it's not very comfortable if you're at all bony. But those are very strong bones. So it's good. So let's do it together towards each other, and I'll watch you as we do it. Okay? So we're going to do don't go down far. A little snake creeps down, right? And then forward, bring that back foot in. And then out, right? You're grabbing. So Dorothy, I want to see that grab as you turn out. See with your left hand. It's just see how it's tipped just a little bit. Tip just a little bit. There you go. It's like I was grabbing right here. So let's try it again. So we do our snake creeps down, we come forward, and this is just like kind of like Chengfu, right? That kind of feeling. Nice, nice, nice. Then we're going to, nothing's happened over here. Now, this one's going to come in like this, okay? Just going to come in. This is my right hand. It's going to come in like that, right? This one's going to just do, my left hand is just going to do this. I'm going to come towards it. So I'm going to shift. So I'm here and here, shift my weight. And I'm about here, right? Here. And then I'm going to turn square as my foot goes forward and apply that 30%. Nice, nice. Okay, let's try it again. And our little snake creeps down. You don't have to go low. And forward, bring that back foot in. And grab out, foot turns out. Make your fists move forward. Turn, punch, block. Feel that 30%. 70, 30. Yes, Erlyn.
So the punching arm, so you bring it down and it gets to here and then it comes up and then you, as you're closing
It does not really do this though. It does, let's see, it does this.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it set for to go right up like that? So you're not, there's no rotation of the fist. You should bring it in so it's ready to go straight up.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And we will come back to that point later with the next move. All right. All right. Yes, Michael.
I've been trying to practice that all week, and I had the toughest time. And maybe that right arm is what I'm having trouble with. When I get to this point, I'm reaching out. I think I'm trying to bring my leg and my foot together all at the same time. And right about here, I'm losing my balance. So do I want to bring my arm down and then step forward? It seems my balance.
No, what you want to do is bring everything to the center. And I think you're going to be able to see that on me. But I'll do it in two directions. So I'm here. Now, I am pretty far apart from myself. Like think about my Tai Chi pole, right? I come out here. Now, move your Tai Chi pole. You know what I'm talking about, right? Move your Tai Chi pole. This pole right here, right? Move it on the diagonal. So let's just go ahead and make our fists. We don't have to worry about it, right? Move that pole on the diagonal all the way over and just let your other foot come behind and try to, you can put your toe on the floor even. It's going to come through this way, right? So you want to be able to get to this point with still a little turn here. And see, so you want to be, I'm going to show it to you from this side. So we were here, we did this, right? Came up, went out. Now I'm going to make my fists and move my Tai Chi pole. And I am right here, balanced on that left foot. Then I'm going to turn 30%. You've got to get that right foot down, of course, before you actually connect with the person's chin. So.
I'm still off. My timing is off.
Yeah, it's going to take, so we'll do it again. Coming here. And then here, nice. And here. Now, just peel your back foot off. Peel it off until all of your weight is on your left foot. All of your weight. And then let this foot just come through. There you go. There you go.
I think just more practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And, you know, in the end, I can tell you, but it's really hard for me to, you know, when you try to tell people how to do it, it's not necessarily, you see, I swing my hips through. If your Tai Chi pole is really centered, we've done this before, right? You can turn, right? You can turn. So that's what's happening. It really all is coming from right here. And it's taking this arm with it. But you have to get the Tai Chi pole planted above this pole, this imaginary pole that goes through your body, goes through my heel. So I've got to peel that back foot off. And once it's off, I can just, you know, I can put it anywhere, right? Better.
I think if I imagine holding onto the pole
Ah,
and keep it centered, if I'm holding on to that pole, then like my mind says, okay, now I can follow through with this.
do you know, that is so true. Everybody try that. Michael, you have some of the best sort of internal awareness. When you make your fist with your left hand, I want you to imagine that you're holding onto a pole right here. Okay? And then just hold on to it. Okay? It's astounding how much that will work for you. Have you ever been hiking and you're like using a branch and a branch and a branch, and then all you've really got is a twig, but you somehow grab for the twig because it grounds you?
Right.
Believe it or not, there's something about the way we're wired that it gives us another point in space, even though it's imaginary. So you're absolutely right. Brilliant solution. Tell me how that goes next week. Any other questions about this move? Shall we practice it a few more times? Just to practice? Okay, I'm gonna practice it this way, and then you're gonna say to yourself, oh, oh wait, here we go. Maybe I don't remember it. See? So you're gonna do this little tiny snake creeps down move to kind of feel it coming forward and then going out, making our fists, moving the Tai Chi pole, swinging those hips 30%. Then let's do it in this direction. We're gonna do just a real simple snake creeps down and do it again. And one more time from this direction. Snake creeps down. Step up to 7 stars. And Erlyn, the feel you want to have is, you know, you want to at some point feel the connection between your hips, your torso, and this arm coming through. And then as you're putting on it ends, I mean, again, you don't want to quite finish this before you've rooted, and you're sort of halfway through the, anyway, just because it feels like you're still, what do I want to say, putting it there.
Yeah, it's very subtle, and after I do it 5,000 times, it'll probably feel better. So
I know, I know. I am accustomed to seeing you coordinated because I'm accustomed to seeing, finely coordinated like that, and you're not there yet. So I just wanted to call it out to you.
Yeah, thank
But-
you.
But you are doing the right things at the right times. They're just not, they can't be fully connected yet because that's where you are. It's still very new to you. The other thing I would advise at this stage is don't worry about doing it completely right. There's a way to do this that it's just like, okay, I'm here. Okay, I'm just gonna like, boom, just like do it faster, do it slower, do it whatever. Let your body teach you what makes sense. Yeah, just do it. Berlin, that was gorgeous. Just do it. Make it, because we get into all the little details, but sometimes your body knows. And if you start telling your body what to do, it says, oh, shush up, I could do this. So let your body do that. All right, do we want to go on? So I told you last week that we were gonna block them, right? We were gonna block them, right? So there we are, block them, right? I gotcha. Well, so I want to get them away from me, right? So I come back like this and I start to bring them down. And what do? They grab me. They grab me right here, right? Easy for them to do. What do? I turn and separate, and I wipe them off. And then I don't actually, in the way we don't actually open our arm this way, but imagine that I grab them back and pull them down. Okay, so that's one thing that I could do. I could also hit them at the same time. So I want to show you this move now that you kind of can imagine what you're looking for. So here we are. I'm going to come here, right? And then here. And then I am going to turn my body back. And when I do, there's this white crane-like thing that happens. It's also a little bit like striped tiger, right? Because I started down here and I come up here and I show this, and about here, I am going to open my hand because in the form, I show it this way. But this is this right arm is showing two possibilities. It's showing my possibility of hitting somebody in the temple as I pull them over. It's also showing the possibility of deflecting if they're coming towards me and protecting if all has not gone well. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you now in terms of what we're going to learn. So here we are in slow motion. We're actually going to step back, root, and put our foot down as we turn our hands, and then separate as our weight goes back, and then something that looks like white crane. So we'll go into all the little pieces of it. Let's do the footwork, right? So we start in an empty stance, with the right foot forward, 70% of our weight in the back. And then we're going to step back into another empty stance, just like sort of like a repulsed monkey. Turn to the right. We know how to do that, right? And pivot on the heel. Then, as we turn back to square, to throw this arm up and to bring the other arm across and down, we're going to turn and switch to a bow, to a ball touch. Okay, so again from here, and then we'll do it facing each other. You just come back, and you're going to put that foot down pretty fast, but it is toe first. Turn. You've turned to the right. You pivot on your left heel and turn back, lift, and put down 30% on the ball of your foot. How about from here? From here, we're gonna step back, one line, two sides, shift back, turn, 70 in the back, 30 in the front. But almost immediately, we're gonna turn back. We lift our foot and ball touch, so that by the time we're back square, we can put 30% on that front ball. Yes, Erlyn.
So since you talked about the body turn, waist turn, is the like portion where you get to where you've rotated and then you come back, is that feeling here kind of like when you do high pat on a horse, you have that little bit, of, what I'm talking about? There's that.
Yes, except it's bigger than that.
Okay.
It's really, really big. So it's, I mean, at least it is for me. So I come back like this, and like this. Yeah, it's a whomp, right? I feel very much like I've got this big turn. So in high pat on horse, you just don't have, see, it's been a while since I've done, in high pat on horse, you don't have a lot of, oh, you're thinking in the senior form, high pat on horse, aren't you? You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. I see your mouth moving.
Yeah. I just know that when you go to do that, there's this little bit of like, and then like that, and
Yes, you don't need that though, because
okay.
because you're all the way this way.
Okay.
You've come back this way. You're feeling very, it's another one where you kind of leave the front hand in space.
Okay.
But,
all right.
so I want to show you a few things. So the end is going to feel like white crane. Okay, it's going to feel you're going to end up in a white crane position, right? Right arm up here, left arm pressing down. We all know this position, and remember, it's out in front of you. Your palm is away from you, right? Your palm is away from you. It's not towards the ceiling or anything. It's just sort of away from you, right? It's like it's body shape. It's like it goes here, right? Okay, that looks good, folks. Yeah, that's good. So we're going there. Another thing that happens here is that at some point, you've got to get this out up here, right? Except that, I mean, that's where it would be if you didn't open it, because this is, again, ambiguous, right? So what I want you to do here, but for now, don't worry about it. When, like, next week, worry about it, but I'm going to get it on the tape, you know, on our video here. You're going to think about where this, the face that you want to hit with is going to be. So if we bring it back down, it's got to get there, right? But it's here. It's here. So you're going to take this face and turn it here. And why are we doing that? Because what Erlyn said earlier, before we turn our waist and give it all that energy, we want it in the right position, right? So it's going to be back here, like our fists always are at our hip, right? And then the first thing we're going to do is turn. First thing we're going to do is turn it, and then swing. Swing. Now it's going to look funny. It's going to look a little different. You see, it actually doesn't have to. You see, if I turn here, it's actually not turning to the side completely. It doesn't have to, because I'm turned this way. And once it starts flying up, it'll be enough in the right position. So you don't have to contort your hand too much, and don't really worry about it. It's a minor point, right? It's because you're going to be back here, right? You're going to be here, and you're just going to have it here, and then boom. Except, of course, you open it at the end, because it's another one of these moves where it has two meanings. All right. So let's go through what all the arms do. So here we are. Right arm, right? We are going to not turn our body. Just what I do is I push down with my left arm. Push down with your left arm. Your right arm becomes palm up. Your left arm is palm down. Everybody got that? Looks like this. It's on your side, towards your side. Right. Then we're going to turn to the right. And when we do, we're going to leave that arm behind. I should have done it this way. It's hard because I don't know how to show it to you. Right. Here you go. And then, so you're going to be here, and then you're going to turn back. And when you turn back, your hands will open, but they open, sorry. They open at the right hand opens. They open kind of when they're here. I mean, let's see, when they're here or something. Yeah. It's that kind of a thing. It's like they open before they get to the top. So let's go through it looking at each other if we can. This is the right arm, and let's go through it with the footwork. So right foot's forward, right? 70%. Now stand on your left foot. Kick up your right foot. Put it behind you, all right? And it starts to move back, and then it goes down. By the time it is down, you have moved your arms. Nice, nice. Now shift your weight back. Turn. You're turning to the right. Nice. Now you're going to shift your weight all the way to the back foot. lift, start to turn forward, change your footwork, open your hands, and like white crane, your right hand is up at the top. Nice. Let's do it again. Step back and hands to the side. Separate your arms as you shift back. Palm up. Nice. Turn back. Your weight's all the way back now. Turn back. Change your footwork. Nice. Okay, a little faster. Step one. Foot goes back and plants and your arms at the side. Turn, separate. Turn back 30%. Nice. This is called step back and ride the tiger. One more time. And really, this is where really feeling that you've relaxed your waist and your tailbone is down really helps. Relax that waist. It'll take the weight off of your front foot so you can move that foot back and set it down. There you go. And separate, turn, and swing 30%. Nice, nice. How about we do those two together in a couple of directions? Oh, any questions on that? All right. From here, single whip, snake creeps down, to step up to 7 stars, make your fists and punch block, 30% in the front. You take that 30% off the front, root and over, 1 line, 2 sides, turn, and ball touch 30%. Let's do it here. Shift your weight back over to the side and step back, right tiger. And let's do all of them from here. All right, so I realize you'd be looking over your shoulder, but see what you can remember. We're gonna do snake creeps down. Coming up into step up to 7 stars. Step back, ride tiger. Take your weight off that front foot, bring it back and over, arms over as you plant that foot fully. Separate, you're on your heel, and change to the ball, 30%. Questions? It's getting there, Michael. We will go over that again next week. Believe it or not, we're at time. It happens. This one sneaks up on you. I remember learning it and going, oh, that's really simple. And then I couldn't remember it for a whole week. It's just, so So if this one gets you, it's supposed to. Thanks, everybody.